Hello, welcome back to Planner Apocalypse, where today we're going to be setting up my Aquarius pages in my Astrological Grimoire. This notebook, which I've spoken about, in every video, is a B5 sized bullet journal from Notebook Therapy. It has 100 GSM pages, so they're very thick. The paper that I'm using is from a really old scrapbook pack from Oriental Trading, and yeah. Happy Aquarius season. At 9:08 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sun moved into Aquarius. The associations we have for the Aquarius archetype, so the ruling planet, traditionally was Saturn, and that is because the farthest planet that the ancient people could see was Saturn. It wasn't until the invention of the telescope that, Uranus and Neptune and Pluto were discovered. And then after that, that's when they divvied up the planets and rulership with the signs and such. So the modern ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. And if you look at the mythology of Uranus in, Greco-Roman myth, Uranus is Saturn's father. But archetypally, the closer fitting character would be Prometheus. There had been some talks about changing the name of the planet back when the planet was first named. Anyway, the phrase that we have for Aquarius is I know. And then the characteristics that we have are rational, loyal, individualistic, idealistic, unpredictable, detached, dependable, fair, optimistic, honest, thoughtful, strong-willed, humanitarian, rebellious, intellectual, logical, open-minded, inventive, interested in others, original, eccentric, observant, and insightful. And then some of the flaws that we have for the archetype are unemotional or emotionally detached or disconnected. Because Aquarius values being able to think rationally, that is kind of a double-edged sword. And, you can miss being able to empathize with others if you're not aware of your own emotions and stuff like that. One of the things that I do want to talk about is the water carrier. That's the actual zodiac constellation and symbol that we have for Aquarius. A lot of people will think that it's a water sign because of the name and because it's, a water jar. But if you think about water being the emotion in astrology and that kind of thing, water represents our emotions. And as you can see, the water carrier is pouring out the water, leaving the vessel filled with air. Aquarius is an air sign. So what you're doing, in fact, is emptying yourself out of all of the emotions so that you can get some perspective and think rationally and logically. And that is kind of the big thing with Aquarius, aside from being absolute weirdos. I say that lovingly. I do have an Aquarius moon, moons being one of your 3 major placements. So weirdos, I'm here with you. Okay, so other flaws: insensitive, going back to that, non-empathetic danger there. Unyielding, non-committal, cranky, elitist. And I think the elitist thing comes from, they're like visionaries. They want to view the ideal kind of society and an ideal situation. And so, like, all of these kind of, I don't want to say dreamy, but visionary and more interesting to them kind of exotic things, that leaves the mundane feeling very boring. So there's that. They can be rude in that way as well. Obstinate, dogmatic, not very practical. Once again, we're talking about them being very idealistic, and that's not always doable in practical terms. They can come off as impersonal because, once again, they're kind of docking their emotions so that they can come at something more logically. And they can also come off as scatterbrained, or like the what's it called, the absent-minded professor, which I can totally vouch for myself. And also my husband is an Aquarius sun, and he is definitely Mr. Scatterbrain. So herbs, we have lavender, peppermint, and almond. Stones, we have lapis lazuli, amethyst, and the metal, we have aluminum. Colors, we have blue, violet, and yellow. For the keyword for Aquarius, I picked stay weird because there is also very much the idea of being a rebel or being a revolutionary and different, like somehow. Once again, going back and tying that Prometheus idea into the sign. The body part, we've got calves and the nervous system and also the circulatory system. Health-wise, if you wanted to do something during Aquarius season to, help your Aquarian health, I guess, practice things that regulate your nervous system, improve circulation, and your mental functions. So I know lion's mane mushroom is good for your mentality. Ginkgo biloba is also good. Stuff like that. And it is a masculine fixed air sign. I did find some new terminology. Instead of masculine feminine, you could say active or passive, so that's nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about the Aquarius archetype, you can go ahead and leave them down in the comment box below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope, I didn't maunder on too long. And I will see you in our final astrological sign video next month for Pisces. And then after that, I will decide whether I will do the astrological houses or the planets. Okay, bye!